Hello everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about one of the basic concepts of JavaScript, that is data types and variables. So first we'll explore the data types and then variables with help of the examples, and then we'll understand one of the keyword of JavaScript, that is type of the data types. So there are different types of data that we can use in a JavaScript program, right? We have the numbers, we have the strings, we have the floating point numbers, right? So we have the different types of data, isn't it? And to process different types of data, JavaScript provides different types of data types, right? We can divide all of these data types in JavaScript into two parts. So here is a list. So all the JavaScript data types can be divided into two parts. One is a primitive data types, other is a non-primitive data types. And this is a classification that you see most of the programming language. You see, you take a Java or a Python, right? This is the common classification: primitive data types, non-primitive. So we have the number, string, boolean, undefined, null. So all these five come under primitive data types. When coming to the non-primitive, object, array, function, these are all the non-primitive data types. So if you see an example, right? So here, hello is nothing but a string, and hello world, this is also string. So anything that comes between single quotes or double quotes, we call that as a string, and that is nothing but that can be processed with help of the string data type. And number, so this is number, right? 3 is a number, 3.234, this is a floating point number. So in number data type in JavaScript, it can store an integer or a floating point number. So this one point you have to remember is, in most of the programming languages, like you take C or Java or C++, they have a different data types to handle floating point number. So to handle a floating point number, they have a double or a float. But here we have only one data type, that is number, which is good enough, which is enough to process a floating point numbers and integers. And finally, we have Boolean. Boolean means what? We have the either if the value is true or false, then we call that as a Boolean. So these are some examples of primitive data types. Now let's go and see a variables. JavaScript use a variables to store the data, and it can be changed at any time. Okay, first we understand JavaScript use variables to store the data. You might be wondering why you have to store the data, isn't it? Let's say there was a problem for, and there are a bunch of students, and each student have a marks. So student have marks, and your job is to find average for the student marks. Then how can you do that? So you use variables to store their marks, right? So you use variable to store the data, isn't it? So that's the meaning of this. So we use variable to store the marks, and finally you write some logic to find out the average. So that's why we have to use the variable to store the data. And here the second point, it can be changed at any time. So that we'll see an example. So let's see how to declare a variable first. So you need to use a var here to specify the data type. So with the help of the var keyword, we can declare a variable in JavaScript. If you see the syntax, right? So here is the syntax. How do you declare a variable? Var, which is a keyword in JavaScript, and then space, a variable name, and semicolon. So this is how you declare. If you want to declare and initialize, var variable name equal to, just give whatever the value that you want to initialize this variable. So if you see the examples, see var salary equal to 10. The salary is nothing but a name of the variable. The second one, var many equal to 2. Many is the name of the variable, 2 is the value of that. See, it is there in the double quotes, isn't it? Var 3. 3 is the name of the variable. Here I have not initialized any value. So this is how you declare and initialize a JavaScript variable. So here one important point you should remember is JavaScript is a dynamic type programming language. means that you don't need to specify the type of variable because it is dynamically used and it is dynamically determined by your JavaScript engine. For example, if you see, right, there is two different classifications, static type and dynamic type. Static type, if you see, right, we know that there are different types of data. We have string data and we have integer data and we have floating data, isn't it? So whenever you're declaring any variable in static type, whenever you're declaring any variable, as a developer, you are forced. So you are forced to give the data type here. While declaring, you have to specify the data type. So that is nothing but a static type. And once you define like this, you can only assign string types. For example, after string name, you have declared name as a string data type, and then name here equal to what you have done. We have initialized, we have assigned some value John, which is a string because it is there in double quotes. And later point, if you try to initialize anything other than string, then it will simply throw an error. Here, what you're trying to do, name equal to 34. What is 34? It is a integer, isn't it? So this is wrong. This is not allowed in static type programming languages. Java is such type. Java is static type. And we have C. C is also static type. C++. That is also static type. So it won't allow you to change. Static type won't allow this. But when it comes to the dynamic typing, right? So in what we have done, where name. This is the JavaScript where name. Here we haven't specified data type, isn't it? We have what we are trying to tell. This is the variable. Where means variable, and this is the name of the variable. You can assign a John, and also you can assign any value, so which is an integer. This is allowed in dynamic typing. It won't throw any error because your JavaScript engine will identify the data type during the runtime automatically, and then it will act upon it. But in the static type, it won't even allow you to change. It won't even allow this kind of a operation. So this is one of the most famous interview question. So please remember that. So they might be asking, what is a static type programming language? What is a dynamic type programming language? And you can simply give this example. And we also call static as a strongly type, dynamic as a weakly type. So static versus dynamic, or strong versus weak, both are same. So now let's see one operator, type of. The type of is a JavaScript keyword that will return the type of the variable when you call it. Now we know that, a JavaScript is a dynamic type, right? So when you assign name, then we call the name as a string data type. And when you assign a variable 34, when you assign 34, it is a number data type, isn't it? But how do you find out? How we can find out is with help of this type of. So if you pass the value to that, then it will return the type of data that you're holding. Just don't try to understand this console.log and all. Just for now, you see type of space, give the whatever the value that you want. Here I have given 42. So this will return a number because 42 is a number. Again, here you see type of this one. This is a string, isn't it? So this will return string. Here type of true. This is a Boolean. So this type of operators is used to identify what is the data type of your variable. Here instead of 42 here, right? You can also give a variable name. Now let's jump into some browser and explore all of these things. I have the browser with me. Just right click here, right click on the browser. You go to inspect, right? Go to inspect and go to here console. You see network elements, right? Go to the console here. So generally this comes here. Generally it comes to the bottom. So just right click on this three dots. You see an option. Just click on the right if you want like this. Now, so why browser? Because JavaScript runs on any browser. So you don't need to even open any website. Just open the browser, right click and go to the inspect and come to the console. Now data types. We have 10, which is an integer or a number, 10.2. See, we have the floating point number and string, right? And also we can give that in a single quote. So it's still return a string. And we have two more, right? Null. null, right? We have null and undefined, isn't it? So we'll understand this, what is null and what is undefined at the end. So these are the different data types. So clear is the command to clear the console log. So now how to declare a variable? Var, right? Sample equal to sample. Now assign some value. Sample, how do you assign? Equal to 20. Now if you try to can press, so it is returning 20, isn't it? Try to create one more variable, var a equal to 10. Now a means 10. Again var b equal to assign some string hello, right? Now try type b. See, it is returning you the string, whatever the value that we have assigned. So let me clear the log once, and let's try with var f float assign 10.2 f, right? See, now let's see the apply the dynamic type here. Var yes is a variable name equal to 10. I've assigned 10. Now how to find out the data type, right? Type of yes. You see, type of yes. It is a number now. Now assign s equal to 10.2, right? Now try type of, still it is a number, because a number data type in JavaScript will store integers and floating point numbers. Now see, now s equal to assign clear, s clear. So what is s? 10.2. Yes, assign hello. See, now try type. Just press the arrow buttons to get the previous type of commands. See, now automatically it got changed, isn't it? Before it was number, now it got changed to string. So it is automatically changing its data type internally based on the value that we are trying to assign, isn't it? Now let's try true. Type of, see, Boolean, isn't it? Now let's understand undefined. Where I've assigned some variable, right? Now this m is undefined. Okay. So any variable that you declare, but you did not initialize, then it is undefined. Where n equal to null. Let's assign null. Now this is also, there's some confusion. Now this is not undefined because we have declared and we have assigned some value, which is the null. So null is something, null is a value that represents nothing. So n, see here when I pressed m, it is showing undefined because I have not initialized, I have not assigned any value to the m. So that's why it is undefined. But when coming to the end, right, I've initialized null, I've assigned null value to the n. So that's why when I trying to see the value of n, it is showing it is null value. Null means nothing. So that's the difference between undefined and null. I think that's all in this tutorial. We have learned a lot. We have learned the different data types, and we have learned how to declare and initialize variables in JavaScript. And then we have seen the examples for type of, how to find out the data type of any variable using type of. So that's all in this session. Thank you all. See you in the next session.